Hey Celestial Stargazers, so if you're back here, welcome. If you're new, welcome. For today, we have a pick a pile card. We have 4 different crystals. You're going to listen to your intuition and to kind of figure out what is more attractive. You can ask your guys, call them in if you would like to. Before we do that, I will just go over quickly the disclaimers and then we'll jump right into it, okay? So for the disclaimer I just want to let you guys know I have a deaf accent and I may have a hard time pronouncing certain words throughout the video. If you have a hard time fully understanding me, please consider using closed captions as your guide. The disclaimer or information I give during this reading and recording is simply my intuition, my understanding, downloads information from the higher power. Please also know that when I read tarot, my intuition is what gives the cards its meaning and not Google. This is just for entertainment purposes only. And please also know that not everything in this reading will resonate. Please take what does and leave the rest behind. You may not be meant to hear it yet, or it's maybe a message for someone else. Let me just show you your crystal. So, of course, you have your first crystal, which is obsidian. So, as you can see here, you have your first crystal, obsidian. You have your second crystal, which is a cloudy quartz. I hope you guys can indeed see this. We have here, I'm not sure exactly what crystal, I think it starts with an R, but it's almost like a pink type of granite crystal. I'm not sure specifically what, but it is a gorgeous crystal. It kind of reminds me of like a strawberry milkshake. That's power 3. Then for power 4, we have a green jade, that type of crystal. So yes, pick what one you are drawn to. Pause the video if you need to. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to start with the obsidian. For all other piles, description for your timestamp. All right. So welcome, obsidian. So I'm going to call my guys in. They're going to come in and going to tell me what kind of decks and messages that you need to hear right now. So Spirit Angels, tell me, what messages do you have for pile number 1? Just then. Okay. Well, just so you guys know, this is a little 18 and up, but of course, that's entirely up to you. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna need more cards. Let me see what else. What other piles or what other deck do you recommend for my viewers? Gateway. Okay, so we're gonna be using this deck as well. It's called Gateway. I will put all the description of the links in the description below. All right. So Spirit Angel, tell me what other messages do you have for Power 1? Okay, so my guys right now are telling me to tell you that you guys are beautiful in case anyone here needs to hear that. Okay, so Spirit Angel, tell me. Okay. All right, do I have enough information? All right, so they tell me I do. All right, so first thing first, it's kind of interesting and kind of cool. The first card that came up was that you are an old soul. For some of you guys who may be wondering whether or not why they aren't able to fully enjoy their childhood or like where they are from in terms of your past lives. If you feel like for some of you guys though, you either need to start looking into your past lives so you can understand what is going on currently in your current life, or you need to get to know yourself, get to know who you were in your past life. Because the only way you're really going to know who you are at the core is you need to understand those lives that you lived before you. And so I'm also seeing now for some of you guys, I'm also seeing some of you are women right now, old-fashioned women potentially, maybe like old-fashioned love, maybe you're into Phoenician, specifically the 1800s even. That might be some period that you might want to look into. We do have here as well, this is kind of funny. On the left side, we have the hot nerd. So maybe you have a crush on a guy who maybe you used to make fun of. Maybe you're dating him. And so you might have made fun of him and now he just had a big glow up. And so I do see that for you as well. Also, this could be talking about your knowledge and your ability to be, you might be a historian in some degree of fashion. You might be interested in tattoo. You might even believe it or not, you might have been someone who was a nerd in high school, but completely underwent a big glow up, a very pretty glow up. You might be even a celebrity on TikTok, Instagram. You might be an influencer of some sort. You do have here as well, you have taken action. This is the gateway. And we have here, I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Just know that life has a lot more to offer, and you just need to take that leap, take that step, take that action. And for some of you guys on the right side, some of you guys may have not been, resonating with the rest of this message, but if it does, you also may have some sort of creativity. You might be an artist of some sort. You might be very aesthetic. You might even this kind of makes sense though if you had a tattoo artist because the guy's wearing tattoos and there's a lot of creativity here. So potentially you might do something like a tattoo design. You also might like to do graphic design as well, which is quite interesting. You even might like butterflies, even so. You also have here a lot of you guys kind of feel numb, like you feel like you don't know where you're going. You feel like your life is just kind of being put on hold for you. And so, it kind of feels like you were like just laying down, just not sure where you're gonna go because there's water here, which is very emotional. So you might be very emotional. Maybe you just underwent a breakup. You also feel here that you're cold on the inside. I feel like you don't feel really emotional because of all the trauma that you went through. So I'm gonna ask my guys what other things that they would like you guys to know as well. All right, so they're pulling me to the Moonology deck. So, of course, if you guys are interested in this, I will put this in the description below as well. Spirits and angels, tell me what other messages do you have for Power 1? What other messages do you have for Power 1? What other messages do you have for Power 1, Spirits and angels, tell me? What other messages do you have for Power 1? What messages do you have for Power 1? Okay, thank you. So what you have here as well is you have, you have the luck is on your side. The new moon is Sagittarius. I feel like some of you guys, you might have Sagittarius in your rising sign as well, which is quite interesting to say the least. And you also have here a new romantic cycle begin, new moon in Libra. So I feel like you either just got out of a relationship or that you don't feel like you're lucky. Maybe you may have encountered so many people on dating apps or dating sites, and it just feels like, you were on a second date, you were like, oh, it's going really well. Then all of a sudden he either ghosts you or she goes to you, and you kind of just wonder where you went wrong. Well, the thing is that luck is not on your side in terms of your relationship because you're not ready to be in a relationship, if you know what I mean. So we're going to also take any other messages in terms of your yin and yang, what you need to work on in terms of your masculine and your feminine side. So we're going to be using the same creator of this deck as well. Her name is Sella, in case you guys are interested. I did buy this on Etsy. Right. And so we're just going to be using that. Sorry, there's like a lot of hair on this. Okay, anyway. Spirits and angels, tell me what messages do you have for Power 1? 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 Okay. I just got a sudden message in my head. Some of you guys might have watched my previous videos. So if that resonates with you, then that is probably something that you may have need to hear in some particular fashion, or you might be looking for some sort of clarity or understanding. We do have your freedom, leap, Uranus, opportunity. And I feel like a lot of you guys in your past, you feel like, although you underwent this glow up change, you kind of feel like because of it, it hasn't given you the opportunity. You haven't been able to earn those opportunities. You feel like they're being handed to you, or things have just been taken away because you just had this great advantage ahead of you. Just know that on this side that you are meant to be a creator. You are a manifester. So if you don't know that now, but know that you are a manifester, and that fate is trying to derail you or let you know that they are intervening. So, this is really good for you because this means that going forward that you can trust, you need to trust the universe and not trust that the universe is taking you in your right path in your right direction where you need to be right now. So we're going to finish this off with the last card at the bottom of the deck here. And it says decision. I feel like at this point in time, you're very young. I feel like you're a young person. And you're deciding whether or not your career path. I feel like you're either just deciding now where you want to go, or it also feels like you're not even up to that high school level where you're about to graduate, or you may not even have any opportunities in terms of your job. You don't know where to go. You might even be unemployed. So, of course, if it does resonate, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome. And if you like this, and let me know if it does resonate in the comment section below. But we're going to get on to your reading right now. All right. So for Pile 2, Spirits and Angels, can you tell me what message that Pile 2 needs to know right now? This pile? If you guys want to know who I'm talking to, I am clairaudience, so I do hear from my right ear. All right, so Spirits and Angels, tell me what message do you have for my audience or my viewers of Pile 2? What message does Pile 2 need to know right now? Okay. So a lot of you guys are undergoing right now, as you can see here. A lot of you guys either just got in a breakup, or you're not sure whether or not you should stay with him. For some reason, I see like a vampire fetish. That might be for some of you. You might be watching Vampire Diaries or something like that. Again, I do see here that you are in a breakup. You might be in a very abusive relationship, whether it comes emotionally, physically, or mentally or spiritually abusive. I do see that. I hear that you don't know where to go, and you're here right now wondering, what should I do? You also have here is also about your communication. You need to be able to communicate not only to yourself, but also to your guides. I do feel like for some of you guys, you might have a GBF, which basically means your gay best friend, someone who that you can always depend on. But I also see, like, for some of you guys as well, this picture is also telling me that you had either a boyfriend or a girlfriend or they who is very, how would you put this? Douchebag-like? Best part, like, they're very mean, they're very uptick, they're very egotistical. They don't really care about anyone else but themselves. They're always there for themselves. Like, they take you out for dinner, for example, but it's never where you want to go, it's where he wants to go, as long as it fits him. Maybe potentially for some of you guys I see here as well, that he may be taking you out on a dinner date or something like that, where you are he probably takes you along and said, hey, you want to go on a date, babe? And you said, yeah, let's go. And he takes you, but then you find out that he's actually going on a business job, and you're just there in like the background or in the shadows or at a separate table even. So I do feel here you're either dating someone who's very business-like or someone who doesn't really put your needs ahead of theirs. We also see here as well, this person might have been a Virgo. You might even be a Virgo as well. For some of you guys, might even be a Virgin. And that's okay. That's no shame here. Don't feel shamed. But I do feel here you are a peacock. You have this very beautiful woman, and you do put off this persona of beauty and glamour, but you also at the same time, you don't know how to fully express your feelings. You might not be able to communicate with him. Maybe he's the one asking you, well, babe, how do you feel about us? And maybe you're the one not telling him truly how you feel. And so what you guys want you to know is that you need to tell him how you feel, how you want him to know, how you really feel about the relationship. You also feel here, I do feel like, with your ex, or particularly with him, who might be your current boyfriend or girlfriend or they, you do have here as well as renewal and spark, and that's in reverse, which tells me that you guys aren't undergoing, at least not right now, your spiritual awakening, or at least one person in a relationship is undergoing a spiritual change, but maybe he or she may not be undergoing it just yet. And because of that, they are more like an average human, but someone who doesn't really think in the spiritual sense. We do have here is also crossed by Taurus, so some of you guys also may have Taurus in your rising, in your you may either have Taurus in your rising or like your Scorpio sign or something like that. In your sun sign, excuse me, not Scorpio. But then I also see for some of you guys as well, you might be from Indonesia. You might have some sort of trace from there. You also might be from the South, like Latin America, places where there are abundance of food or tropical fruits. You might even be from the Caribbean as well. I do see that here. I also see that maybe you have traveled with this person, particularly to a tropical location where you are now questioning whether or not you should be in this relationship any longer. We also have here as well as you have the shadow side of you, and it talks about the moon, the dark night of the soul. A lot of you guys are just coming out of this, and part of the dark night of the soul here is that recognizing and accepting who you are at the core, and just accepting everything, even the flaws, the good and the bad in you, so that you can grow as a spiritual person to the best version of you. And so that's what I'm seeing here for Pile 2. Let me ask if there's any other messages. We're going to get one from your ancestors and see what your ancestors have to say. Again, if you guys are wondering what decks I am using, check the description. I will have them all listed there for you. Okay. Spirits and angels, tell me, what messages do you have for pile number 2? Or the ancestors? Any ancestors from pile 2? Would you like to step forward and give any messages to pile 2? Is there anything else? Anything else that you would like to say to pile 2? Now, please keep in mind that everything will resonate. Take what does and leave the rest behind. Simply put, not everything is meant to resonate with you because not all messages are for you. Okay, so you do have a lot here, and this kind of fell on here. So this is for some of you guys who kind of resonate with either of these 3 cards. You have here, for those of you guys who resonate really strongly with the communicator, your ancestors are trying to tell you the doors are finally open. The wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation. So like I said earlier, and I love how this really ties into everything, is that this person was supposed to prepare you for the best. And, undergoing the change, the spiritual awakening, the darkening of the soul. They are preparing you for your spiritual change. The best version, the best days of your life are ahead. Now for your pile for the second card, excuse me. You have your wiped off your third eye. You are missing something. For some of you guys, you might have some blocked third eye, so you might want to clear that. For some of you guys who may resonate with this message, they want you to know to hydrate and feed your body. Don't forget about us as well. So they want you to know that to feed your body, listen to your body, feed it good things, because good things shall come out of those who feed their body good things. Now, for some of you guys who may even resonate with this, pray sincerely and a willingness to be guided and helped. So basically, telling you is to ask your guides, ask your angels to come in and say, listen, I need some help. Can you please come in and help guide me? Because I can't no longer do this by myself. I need some emotional or some spiritual support. And for some of you guys as well, for this card as well, they want you to know that they are celebrating your success along with you. So your ancestors, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, great grandfather, all of them, they are there with you, and they want you to know that they are cheering you on. Okay. Now, for some of you guys who may have resonated very strongly with the Virgo card, we have here, they want you to notice to release the burden of worries, give them to us, we will take care of it. So allow your ancestors, allow your spirit guides, allow your angels to come in and say, enough is enough. Give it to us, give your problem to us, give your emotional abuse, your spiritual abuse, your mental abuse, your physical abuse onto us, and we're going to handle it for you. And so that is what I'm seeing for power 2. So please let me know in the comment section below if this does resonate. And let me know if you would like to see more of these in the future as well. I love you guys and see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my patron subscriber, welcome. So for today, you have this crystal in case you can't see, because I realize you're blending with the table, but this is your crystal. So we're going to ask your guys what messages that they have for you, okay? Keep in mind, guys, that I do get messages through my right ear, so I am clairaudient. All right, and then let's just act with this card again. If you're wondering what deck I'm using, just check the description below. It should all be there right for you. All right, so Spirit Angels, tell me what message do you have for my audience, or for power number 3? I feel like someone just had a family member potentially pass away recently, so they might be coming through as well. All right, so for some of you guys, we have here as well, we have a facade and belief. Some of you guys are starting to see that what you are undergoing. No, actually, excuse me. Back it up. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you is that there is this person that you're dealing with, and you're not exactly sure who you can trust. And some of them are two faces. So you're not even sure if that is someone you want to be around. It's also talking about your beliefs. So maybe your own spiritual belief, the thing that you grew up knowing, the thing that you were taught to know, maybe potentially the church or stuff like that. You may be questioning all of that right now, or you may be trying to avoid a lot of the wounds that you have experienced from it. Maybe potentially you might have been what's it called, electrocuted. they would take these people and put them in electrocution camp, and they would electrocute them. Well, in this case, we have Chiron, which is guardian and wounds, and it tells me that you may have experienced some sort of trauma, potentially relate to a priest, or non even. So maybe you have some sort of experience where it was very traumatizing to you. Maybe it's potentially even someone who had those beliefs, and that you associate those beliefs with the trauma that you had. What you also have here as well is we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in reverse. We have the Ace and the Earth, and it's in reverse. And it told me that you aren't able going out. You're not going out. I feel like you're in your home, and because you're in your home, you feel very scared. You're scared of the outside world. Whatever it is that you're scared of, you feel like you're scared of something, and you're kind of hiding, so to speak. We have here a lot of it is because you're not doubting and lacking yourself, so you know what you're capable of. But you're scared to go out. You're scared to experience those. You're experience the fullness of life, experience everything. And it feels like in this case, this is where you are right now. You're not sure exactly where you are. And for some of you guys, I'm also seeing here you are very hard working. You're indoors because you're working at home. And you also have here as well as we have Mercury, messages, travel, and communication. That's in reverse. You don't travel. You don't go outside. Again, I don't think you even go outside. You're even home. Maybe even might be overseas as well. You don't really go anywhere. You're not receiving messages. And because of that, your angels and your guides want you to know that the way you receive messages for Power 3 is by going out and about. Those synchronicities that you will see in your own home, those clock signs 1111, 333, 222, are all because your angels and your guides are trying to send you messages right now that you need to be able to go out and about. Right? You need to experience that. You need to experience them because those are very important. You also have here as well, a lot of you guys are extroverts, so you are out and about. You may be, again, at home. So this may not apply to everyone. Please take what does and leave the rest behind. You have extrovert and it's reverse. And so this is introvert and it's reverse, which tell me that you are an extrovert, right? So you like going out, but you're also kind of the type of person to kind of hide again. You are not naturally supposed to be in a habitat where you are stuck in like a cubicle. You're meant to socialize. You're meant to be around other human beings. We'll kind of see what other messages that you guys have for you for Power 3. What other message Power 3 needs to hear right now? Okay. Got this card again. Anything else that you would like to tell Power 3 spirits and angels? Any other message that you have for Power 3? Why are all these cards coming out again? Okay, so it must be you guys might have watched. You might have watched the Power 1 and decide, I'm attracted to 2 crystals and let me just come here to Power 2 as well. We have here Taurus, and what this tells me is that a lot of you guys, again, same meeting. I feel like it's exactly where it is. I feel like, again, a lot of you guys are in the tropical area. Some of you guys might even been a model, wanted to be a model, and you try putting these different things on yourself to kind of make yourself appear better. You might even be aesthetic. You might even be someone who's very into photography, even, especially on Instagram, or try to put up this persona of perfectness, like this perfect image. And that's what I'm also seeing for you. Some of you guys, again, you might want to explore your history. Maybe some of you guys might like history. Some of you might even be a teacher, someone who's very strong, head-rooted. I also feel some of you guys, again, I feel like a lot of you guys are feminine. Like, you may have a lot of feminine energy in you. You might be a female. You might even be a male with a little bit more of feminine energy. Now, there's nothing wrong. It has nothing to do with your masculinity. So please, if you are a little concerned about your masculinity, please do not think that I am trying to graze you. It just basically means that you have a little bit more feminine part, and you should embrace that. And you also have here as well as you have your chemistry. So you may have just met somebody, whether online. I do feel like that is online because if you don't go out and about, you're not going to meet anyone. Depth is online. But if you go out and about, you're going to find the chemistry. You're going to socialize. You're meant to socialize with other human beings. You're meant to have fun. You're supposed to be there. Again, just so you know, at the bottom of the deck, you have your admirer. You have someone who has feelings for you, but they don't know how to get there because they're scared of asking you out. Or maybe you have an idea who this is. It could even be you. You might even be this admirer. They want you to know that it's okay. Just go for it. And so this is all the messages that I am seeing for Power 3. So if this does resonate, let me know in the comment section below. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content such as this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi, Power 4, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my previous subscriber, welcome. And so, for those of you guys who are Power 4 who've chosen the Jade, I'm getting a message that some of you guys have watched the previous Power. So, if that resonates, you are here for the right reason. So, anyway, if you guys are wondering what kind of deck I am using, check the description below. I will let you guys know what Power and what deck I use. All right. So let's jump right into this. Okay, let's see what messages your angels and your spirit guys have for Power 4. Okay, first up, that was quick. What else do we need to know? Anything else that you would like to let Power 4 know? Any messages you have for Power 4, spirits and angels? Tell me. All right, so we're kind of interested in how this kind of plays out. But all right, so for you, you have the king. You are in a relationship or you're about to be, but you feel like you have weird. Okay, this is weird, but maybe just for some of you guys, you may have had a daddy. But that's for some of you. Some of you, okay, you may have a sugar daddy even. Someone who you get that moolah from, right? It's crossed by the past life as well. So maybe potentially you may have had an Egyptian life in your past life as well. It also might be relating to all that, that tattoo that this person's wearing. I feel like maybe you have been a king in your past life, which is quite interesting. So definitely consider listening and watching your past life. You have here as well, there's a cross by sage. So if you're wondering what may have happened, you might have either been a warrior king or someone who saved the country, or you might have been taken out by someone who was a warrior or someone who had evil intentions, which is why in this lifetime you are starting to deal with those type of people who have tried to hurt you in the past, in your past lives, who are back now. You're asking yourself, well, why do I feel so familiar with them? Well, the question is that this people were in your past life as well. We have here as well, you have Pisces. So some of you guys might have been a water sign or something along those lines as well. I'm also seeing that yeah, you might even been like, you may have had a snake at some point. You might either be afraid of snakes, you might love snakes, you might even had a pet snake. I'm seeing that for you as well with this train because this is a water thing. But anyway, again, this is Pisces. So of course you want to look at that, right? You may have not been having chemistry with this particular person. Now, again, you may even be in a relationship. You might even be separated. And this could explain that because you haven't met the person yet because you're undergoing this chemistry. You haven't been able to have that connection with people, right? You also have here as well, you have renewal and spark, and it's talking about your spiritual change, this upbringing, this brand new person, someone who is just enlightened to you, your passion, what you are happy about, what makes you put that beautiful smile of yours on your face, right? What we have here for the side as well is we have spy, watch, and investigate. You might be stalking someone on Instagram or social media. Someone might be watching you, and you might be having some feelings. You're not sure about that. Well, there's a confirmation for you. You also have here this person, or you might even be having to make the right decision or making the wrong decision. Some of you guys might even be in a situation where you're having a very hard time trying to decide where you want to go, who you want to be with. But for some of you guys, I'm also getting the sense that you only feel like you're not being given a choice because you only have one path and one direction. Some of you guys might even be in an arranged marriage, potentially. You also have here again, you also feel very guided. You put your guards up. There's like a wall between you and other people, and that could explain why you're having this type of hardship. So, Spirit Angels, tell me, what other messages do you have for Power 4? What other messages do you have for Power 4, Spirit Angels? Tell me. Okay. Okay, so in reverse here, we have, it's just kind of funny. Again, like I said, some of you guys may have came from Power 1. You do have here Sagittarius in reverse, which telling me luck is on your side. Again, it feels like you feel like there's so many things going wrong in your life and you don't know what's happening and why it is. And I want to kind of do a little quick reading. We're going to do messages of closure. You guys can be able to find out what is the hidden truth and what messages you need to know. So this is the deck that I'll be using, the Hidden Truth Oracle, to find your messages and messages that you need to know in terms of the truth. So Spirit Angels, tell me, what messages do you have for Power 4? What messages do you have for my Power 4 viewers? What messages do you have for Power 4, Spirit Angels? Tell me. Okay, and I'm going to get the little message of closure. So for some of you guys who have been in a breakup or have relatives who sadly passed away over into the transition period, this is a way for you to connect. Or potentially could also be a relationship or anything that you may need closure on. Okay, again, like I said, you guys can find these in the description below. Spirits and angels, tell me, what messages do you have for power for? What messages do you have for power for? Okay. All right. Interesting. It's very encouraging. All right. So for those of you guys who may have resonated with that beautiful pink color, they want you to know that they are sorry for crossing the line with you. Potentially, this could be the person that you may have been with. There could either be like a best friend potentially. Maybe you may have been very angry at someone. Maybe you got in a fight to some degree. They also want you to know that they are afraid to contact you. So if you're thinking that they're going to say that they're sorry, they're not going to. They are indeed afraid. Maybe it might be a very toxic relationship that you are in. Maybe you are the toxic person. And because of that, they may be afraid to even tell you how they really feel. So maybe step up to the plane and say, you know what? How do you feel? How do you want us? Let's make this thing work. Whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever that is, you just match it to how you see fit. Of course, if this resonates, then it is for you. If it does not, then just leave it. We have here for those of you guys who need closure. They want you to know that they are helping you now. They are there for you. They are watching you. So call upon them and they'll be there and they'll be happy to help you in every step of the way. So if you, of course, do like this and you do resonate with these messages, please put it in the comment section below. If you do resonate with these messages, of course, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content such as this. Let me know if I should do another video like this in the future again. I love you guys and have a very beautiful night. Bye.